I just said my goodbyes on Twitter and Instagram. I'm now deleting all of my social media apps on my phone and blocking all the sites on Firefox. I really hope to have some more free time, maybe to read more, maybe go outside once or twice. I don't know. All I know is that social media doesn't really make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel bad per se, but it's like a time suck. My attention span is so short nowadays. It's like, haha, quirky, but no, it's actually like, oh my god, can I even do anything anymore without getting distracted by something else? I don't even want to blame social media. Like, yes, they have the fancy algorithms and the dark patterns that I complain about, but I don't hate Twitter. For the most part, I've trained myself to stay away from the Explore tab and just keep to my friends' posts on my timeline, and I love seeing what everyone is up to. I don't hate Reddit because I feel like I'm learning something, you know, bits and pieces. I hate Facebook. No redeeming qualities there. It just feels like in this scenario, I can't use platforms as a scapegoat. If I quit Twitter for a month, I'm just going to get addicted to Reddit. If I quit Reddit for a month, I'm just going to get attached to TikTok. The problem isn't social media, it's just that I need to do other things. The problem is that I don't want to put in the effort to go do something else. Sometimes that's fine, like I get worn out from working all day, you know, just existing. So sometimes I don't want to do anything but like mindlessly scroll. That's okay, but like every day for the last decade and a half of my life, I have been glued to the idea of social media for like as long as I can remember. Literally, the first website idea that I ever had, it was 2005 or 2006, so I was like 9 years old. I didn't even know what social media was, but I drew mock-ups in MS Paint of, in essence, a social media platform, but for families. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Social media can be very powerful. I've made a lot of friends. I've had a lot of amazing opportunities with the little reach that I have, but it can get a little overwhelming sometimes, so I just need to take a break. So I just completed my first week off of social media, probably since high school when I was going to church camps and phones weren't allowed. I mean, I feel fine. The first day was really easy because I spent the day with my buddy Charlie. Aside from that, I haven't felt a need to check my social media, but I have felt an intense urge to just do something on my phone. I spent one day like deleting old photos or messages or apps off of my phone that I wasn't using. I read a lot of the developer newsletters that I subscribed to when I was first starting out in college. There was a day or two that I spent browsing the Urban Outfitters app as if it was like Instagram or something, and then I impulse purchased stuff that I don't need, so I had to delete that app too. However, the best decision that I made when deleting my social media apps was that I moved productive apps in their place. So now when I want to go to Twitter, now it's Duolingo. I even bought a month of the premium subscription because I knew that I was going to click on it a lot, so I think I can justify the cost this month. I went back to the office and also went to a bar this Friday, so that was fun. I don't drink, but I had a nice virgin mojito. I think I've been better about managing my general screen time, technically, because I've been trying to read more and the Kindle still is a screen, but it's like nicer on my eyes, so there's that. I had a bit of an existential crisis over my being here, my job, work, my relationship, YouTube, everything, anything under the sun. And while these breakdowns are not necessarily new for me, this is kind of the first time where I haven't had a digital outlet. I didn't really have Twitter to like complain or make jokes or just distract myself. I have used Uber a lot, which I've mentioned before, but it's been especially useful since I haven't had my usual social media vices to turn to. Oh yeah, and I did FaceTime my family for the first time in a while, so that was really nice. I really missed them. Nothing really new to report this week. Wait, is my microphone on? I did a lot more cleaning. I went out to Paris, I made a video about that, and then I went thrift shopping again with my friend Charlie. I got this nice nifty jacket that's like jean denim Frankenstein with classic cotton sleeves. It was also 30 euros, so maybe I should stay on social media for the sole fact that I seem to spend a lot less money when I'm distracted by all. Oh, and I also picked up my Switch again. I completely forgot that I pre-ordered this really cute game called Calico, but when I picked it up I saw it in my games and I was like, oh okay, I'll try it out. I love it. I've been playing it all the time. It's so cute and sweet and it has very Stardew Valley vibes, except instead of inheriting a farm, you inherit a cat cafe. I know it's kind of dumb to say, but I wish that I was streaming during my initial playthrough because it's the first game in a while where I've like smiled so much at the little details. I wish I could have archived those moments to cherish later, but I don't know, maybe I'll just start streaming again. Who knows? My last full week off social media. Wow. I actually got around to finishing my Duolingo tree. so I feel pretty accomplished about that. I also took a couple days off to fix my website. I was previously using the Google Sheets API, but then they made some changes and it broke everything. So I decided to take the opportunity to move over to Notion, and it works really well. Only like 5 people look at my website on any given day, but it's okay. I like having it clean and organized. What else? Oh yeah, I also had another mental breakdown about my life and the world. So that was fun. Before going into this, I watched a couple other YouTube videos of people who deleted their social media and it like flipped their entire life for the better. I wasn't expecting drastic change like that, but I don't feel any different at all. I don't know what to make of that. And also, kind of unrelated, kind of not, but Call Me Carson is back. I'm not gonna lie, I was very tempted to check Twitter again just to see what other people were saying about his return, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I remember how emotionally invested I was back in January when the whole thing went down, and now I can just kind of separate myself from that. Because ultimately, I don't have to know every single tweet, every single thought that other people have about other people. It's actually really weird when you think about it. It's freeing to be able to pick and choose what you pay attention to. I have to hold up my camera because I can't get a good shot, but at the beginning of this hiatus, I said that I hoped deleting social media would free up some of my time, but maybe I would have had better results if I knew what I wanted to do with that free time. My problem isn't social media. I declared that early on. It seems to be a problem of priorities. Oh my god, my arm is tired. What do I like to do? I don't know. I think that I would need more than a month to figure that out, and honestly, I struggled a lot with that thought, which is what most of my breakdowns were about. I said I wanted to read more, to go out more. Did I do that? Sure. I finished a book, and I went out into Paris a couple times. I said social media doesn't really make me feel good. Do I feel any better off of social media? Not really. I don't feel a difference. But maybe that's a good thing. I think now when I go on social media, I won't have the urge to like endlessly scroll, because I know if I stop, I'll be okay. I think I broke the cycle. But I guess we'll find out in the next 30 days if anything has actually changed. As always, thank you for watching, and as my mother always said, don't say it if you don't mean it.